Okay, this little video is going to be about knifeless tape and how to use it. It's a must in the sign world, in the wrapping industry. I just unwrapped my car, and I remember a couple reasons why I did wrap it. I have an emblem that used to be here with some holes, and I have a little bit of paint coming off the inside here. You know, it is a 2000 Miata, so it is, 16 years old or so. So stuff is going to happen, but before you use this, you just want to, which I already did, wipe this all down with alcohol and then go over it, get as much dust off of it as you can. But you want to start off by thinking about the process of how you're going to do this. I'm going to wrap this whole area right here all the way to around the side, and I want it to come right here. But I don't want to put the vinyl on and then just cut right on the car. That would not be good. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off thinking about how this is going to go on, and you have to think of it in order of how you're going to peel this off. So what I'm going to start with doing is bringing it around to the side where I want it to start, and then tape it around exactly where you want it, and just guide it where you want it to be, higher or lower. Just keeping it straight and good and nice tension on it, and bringing it down. And then it will contour pretty well, and I want it to come down in here. And the whole point of this is I want this whole area right here to be black, just like this, and to meet up right here. So that's my first piece. You always want to do extra there so you can pull it whenever you're done. Second piece is going to be a vertical piece right here. Now you don't want to do it here because you're going to pull this little bit of rope thread that's in there, not rope, and you don't want to put it here because you'll have a burgundy line in between. You want to start it with a little bit of overlap because vinyl likes sticking to vinyl. Now another reason right here why you want it to be really clean surface before, because this is adhesive and it needs to stick really well just like vinyl does. So there's that one. Your second one's here. And if it starts to lift a little in the middle here like that, like it's doing there, you should be okay. I try to avoid that, but it's doing it right now for whatever reason. We're gonna roll with it and see what happens. For the last piece, we are gonna bring it from this corner right here and bring it down, and it goes in little nooks and crannies pretty well. And then turn it. It also turns really well. Okay, we're back. We're going to add this piece in here. I took the old one off because it just wasn't sticking for some reason. I found if you aren't very clean with where you store your materials and stuff, the edge of the tape here, if it sits around, will collect dirt and then it won't stick, and that's what it was doing with that last piece. So I went ahead and replaced it with a good piece. Like I said, you want to continue this piece out, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. That's a little excessive, but that's what I cut off. So now that's done, we can take our piece of vinyl, and this is 1080 3M wrap material, flat black. And you might want to do this a little bit at a time if you're not experienced with it, instead of just sticking the whole thing. But I'm sticking the whole thing. And it's a nice hot day, so it's pretty conforming right now. And a lot of this you can do with your hand. You don't really need to do a squeegee. Kind of just placing it where you want it. Making sure it's contoured pretty good and ready to be stretched, because that corner around right there is going to be fun. Boom. And you just want to really focus on where your tape is right here, because that's the only thing that matters, because that's where it's going to be cut. So you're going to go ahead and do that. And to be able to manage the area that you're working on a little better, you can always just cut the piece you're not working on there, so it will contour and bend better around the side. Just work it as you go. You're going to cut more off because it's being difficult. Okay, so now that's on. Basically that tape is going to be cut right here when I pull it, and then we're going to cut with a blade around the light here and then tuck it all in, so it'll be good. Okay, so what we want to do here, this is the most important part and the hardest part, is really just start working it and stretch. And like I said, we have a hot day, so we can do a lot of this without the heat gun, but there will be a point where I'll need to put more heat on it for sure. You don't want to overly stretch. It is meant to be stretched, but not overly stretched. And like I said, you just want to focus on that tape line, wherever that tape is. That's the only thing that matters. Like that. Like that. Like I said, cut off excess if you need to be able to free this up to work on it. Something that with regular wraps you really can't do, especially printed wraps. This is where I'll use my squeegee a little bit to start bringing it down a little bit. Definitely start using some heat here in a minute, getting a little corner going there. Don't want that. So what we're going to do, I would highly suggest getting a big industrial heat gun. If you are going to do wraps and stuff like this more often than your little Black & Decker one you buy at Home Depot and stuff, I would definitely suggest buying a better one. See how that just conformed right there because it's so hot? Working good. Boom, cut that a little bit short there, but we're fine because you can see where the cross is on that tape, so we'll be fine there. You just want to keep on working it because it's a corner in an area that it does not want to do. It's not friendly. So free that up. A lot of people will stretch that and force that to fit in that groove. I don't, because no matter what, even if the vinyl's made for that, it's still putting tension on that area, and that's not what you want to do because it will come up. Okay, a little more heat, a little pull down to the corner, into there. And like I said, if we have creases there now, we're okay. That's no big deal because we're going to be pulling that tape, and once we pull that tape, anything past that tape does not matter. So that's looking good. That's looking good. That one's good. Boom. Looks great. Okay, we're good. So what we're going to do is think back to what, now we got to go reverse in the tape, because if I start with this one and pull this, it will pull this tape up and ruin the whole thing. You don't want to do that. So you need to find your beginning to this piece of tape right here, which is right there. And you want to try to have a clean, you don't have to, but a clean vinyl surface for the tape to respond to when you do the boom, like that. So it's boom, and it's a clean cut. So what you want to do with this tape is one of the greatest inventions ever. Hold it, put it down like that, and then bring it here, and put your finger on it, and then pull, and then as you pull, I don't like to do it slow, because it can leave little ridges. You want to do it kind of fast, and all it does is cut the vinyl without cutting on the car. So then you can pull, boom. You can pull all your excess black away, like that. Make sure you don't disrupt this piece of tape here because you're going to be using that here in a second. Then what it does is split the green. You took half of the green with you, it leaves the other half a little bit underneath that vinyl. It pulled out from here a little bit, but you pull the rest of it out, see it coming out from here. It pulls out from there, and that piece is done. Right away what I do is go ahead and push down and lay that down flat. Boom. See how nice that is? That nice little cut right there, nice and clean. You don't have to cut on the car. Got a couple little areas here that are looking like if I pull the tape, it'll create a problem and leave little, you know, pinchy little areas there, creases, and I don't want that. I think we'll be okay. So the next one is, of course, this one. And this tape, sometimes that'll happen where it'll separate, you're working and all. Good thing is you got another side you can just work from. Same thing here, pull the tape, nice and flat. Hold it with your thumb. Boom. Hold this down and pull. Boom. And then it'll do that. And I had it come up on me a little bit there. I think we'll be okay, hopefully. Go ahead and pull all the way. Pull this green away. And then take your squeegee. Boom. Nice and clean. See a couple little wrinkles right there from where I was talking about, but it's totally fine. So then we only have one left, And that's the main pull around the side of the car here. And then we'll tuck everything. Same thing, take the excess, put it all the way down flat like that. Don't hold it up into it. Put it all the way down, put your finger on it and pull. And it'll split that, and then you'll pull all the way. And then sometimes if you have a tight little area like that, it will pull your vinyl up. All this vinyl is good here and we want that down on the car. It will just pull it up and it happens. I need to fix that little edge there, pull the rest of the green, and then what you want to do is lay that down flat in there, and then pull the rest of this. That's the green out of there. Then the green coming back off the other side. Pull all of this. And there we go. That area is done. All this is done right here. You need to lay down this edge where that green was, because it's still up, and that will be a failure. Then you want to take your blade, and I would start here, but there's a little angle there and you'll push on it a little too much. I want to start kind of in the middle here and bring it around and start on the inside of the light, because you want to tuck the rest that's there, like that, and then continue right here, boom, and then peel the rest, and there we go. That's it. And then all you have to do for the rest of it is kind of tuck this, but I like to use my finger other than the X-Acto to start it. Ideally I'd take the light out, which is not a problem, but kind of being lazy today and it's